The whole very first episode of Season 4 of The Expanse is basically devoted to getting fans back up to speed with a series that went off the air when Sci-Fi cancelled it in May 2018. The impressive science fiction, adjusted from the books by S.A. Corey, pen name of authors Daniel Abraham and Ty Frank, gets right where it ended. The team of the Martian gunship Rocinante exists and represented, together with all of the program's supporting characters. You'd be hard-pressed to inform that somebody brand new is paying the bill, outside the reality that the program is now just offered on Amazon Prime. The only thing the program does not have at the beginning is a sense of seriousness. That space in between seasons might discuss why it takes 6 complete episodes for the brand new season to lastly get momentum. The primary characters are checking out a brand new setting and a brand new scenario. However, that total up to a sluggish start for a series that began in Season 1 by pumping them loaded with amphetamines while they sped up far from a nuclear surge. All of it amounts to about 5 hours of table setting prior to the main dish is served. Ed. Note, the following includes mild spoilers for the first 6 episodes of The Expanse Season 4, which airs on December 13th via Amazon Prime. The team of the Rocinante Captain James Holden, Stephen Strait, Very First Officer Naomi Nagata, Dominique Tipper, Engineer Amos Burton, Wes Chatham, and pilot Alex Kamel, Kazanver, do not really get to work up until the last minutes of that very first episode when they lastly set down on an alien world called Ilus. What follows is, for all intents and functions, a page-by-page adjustment of Cibola Byrne, the 4th book in the Expanse series. Fun reality, Daniel Dosiu, who does all the cover art for the Expanse books, was the face designed for Father Gregory in Half-Life 2 Amazon. Season 4 continues the series' fascination with politics, dives much deeper into concerns of who owns excellent bodies and the products stemmed from them, and follows through on overarching styles of transhumanism. The world Ilus itself is the anvil on which all of these subjects are bent into shape. Ilus is likewise called New Terra, the classification the clinical group at Royal Charter Energy, RCE, chooses. They utilize it as typically as they can to display their legal rights to whatever on Earth. On the other side of the table is a group of Belters, human beings who matured an area attempting to eke out a life mining lithium on a hostile world. The face-off in between the two factions is a powder keg that in some cases looks more like a mob hit than an appropriate settlement. But the next couple of episodes continue to meander. While Holden and Amos ride into town to defuse the scenario, Naomi and Alex move some boxes around and typically tend to the injured. A current mishap that eliminated members of the RCE field group may have really been a terrorist attack, and Security Chief Adolphus Mertry, Byrne Gorman, desires some responses. His character quickly degenerates into a mustache-twirling sociopath. The genuine intense area of these early episodes is Dominique Tipper's efficiency. As the Rocinante's only Belter, Naomi has a great deal of symbolic weight on her shoulders. There's an actual weight too, as she's amongst the very first of her kind to attempt and live down the well on the surface area of a world with more than the force of Earth's own gravitational pull. Alcan Entertainment Amazon. Tipper's every emotion on screen talks to the discomfort of attempting to walk under planetary gravity after a lifetime in area. Almost every scene where she opens her mouth, she's up versus proxies for Earth and Mars, holding her own and clearing the method for her kind. She's plainly setting the foundation for the later half of Season 4 and Season 5, which will bring the Belters into dispute with the remainder of the mankind. Along the method, she keeps down a few of the series' most sincere minutes, handling problems of anxiety and suicide. Another intense area is Wes Chatham. His work as the laconic shooter Amos has actually been motivated from the start, with a strangely delicate take on the muscle-bound killer present in the books. He invests the majority of his time in Season 4 cavorting with Mertry's second-in-command, Way, played by star Jess Salguero. Their relationship is made complex by the reality that their employers quite wish to eliminate each other. Oddly, their sexual small talk provides the season its finest laughs. The anchor around the neck of Season 4 is all of the tough science going on in the background. At its core, Cibola Byrne is a tale of clashing biologies. People aren't well matched to breathing the exact same air as other extraterrestrial types, and attempting to make a life on Ilus is reckless. Although it consists of enough oxygen to keep them upright, the environment gradually starts to take its toll on the Belters and the RCE alike. Parts of the book check out like a 500-level course on hereditary variety, with a weekend workshop on sophisticated particle physics. Ends up that's really tough to equate to the little screen. It's not for absence of attempting. At one point, the cam tires right into the site of the Rocinante. A Brighton ball that's tough to even ensure its scale all of a sudden stops radiant. Another ball falls out of a dispenser. Another. None radiance. Narratively, that sense combination itself has actually quit working, switching off the electrical power for everybody on the surface area of the world and in orbit around it. It does not work on screen. It's simply some nondescript balls getting weary out inside a metal sphere. Alcan Entertainment Amazon. The world itself, a big, barren rock with some strange alien bits protruding, appears to be actively working versus the showrunners, in addition to the product itself. Hylas does couple of favors for anybody, besides to supply some great drone shots. Substantial plot points that represent turning points in the book are offered brief shrift since really little of it plays well on screen. In their location, Holden and drummer Kara G invest a great deal of time in their underclothing. The whole program would be more powerful if the team had actually invested as much time intensifying the series' underpinning science as they did lighting Holden's abs. By episode 6, nevertheless, it seems like the story is all set to begin moving. A huge surge on the surface area of the world lastly requires the Belters and the RCE to collaborate. That's where our early sneak peek gain access to stopped. It appears like Detective Miller, Thomas Jane, is lastly all set to step into the frame. The Expanse was constantly at its finest when Strait and Jane were collaborating. With any luck, that restored chemistry can assist the program put the pedal pull back after a winding start. The Expanse Season 4 premieres on December 13 on Amazon Prime Video.